Hello everybody. Lovely snowy day here, February 18th of 2018, and we got some snow on the cars. I was hoping we weren't going to get any snow that sticks, but luckily it's almost 40 degrees out, so it's almost all melting off. As you can see, it's just dripping right off the cobalt. Alright, F-150 has returned. Girlfriend and Subaru Legacy. Nice little car. That's a limited. Very happy to have the F-150 back. Covered in snow, but you know, stock wheels with 1.5 inch Bora wheel spacers. 20 by 8.5, I think is the factory wheel, and the tires are 295 60/20. I had these on the black 07, 34 by 12 basically. Gonna get like 1 and 3/4, maybe 2 inch for the back because they don't poke out just as much. You gotta love the IFS track. These poke out enough. I would like more. This piece broke when I was loading the four-wheeler and it kicked the piece off. Gotta love plastic. And the ever popular Roush. I love the side exit version. I didn't want the straight out the back. It looks so weird, at least without a matching tip. Hey, we got a chipmunk running around here. But again, sure it's locked. Yep. Very nice to have the F-150 black. 5% tint, so there's good luck seeing inside the black leather. Stubby antenna, I need to get that for the Chevy. That way it doesn't swat the hell out of the garage door when we go in. Well, speaking of Chevy, I got these here really cheap. The old ever famous Sylvania Zevo bulbs. This one happens to be the 4114. They actually are the daytime running lights for the GM trucks of the GMT 800 series. I'm going to pop them in and try them out and see how they are. I got quite a few bulbs burnt out on the Silverado. Not a big deal. We will get to them bulb by bulb, bit by bit. Of course, my four-wheeler's pulled in, so I can't turn it around real easily. But I didn't expect snow to stick. Again, some of that nice offset from the Silverado. Hey, poke out. I like it. Not as drastic as some people's tires poke out. Definitely enough for me. Because as you can see, it already, you know, it shits the truck up real bad. There's no keeping it clean when you have an offset and you actually drive it. Hence why I don't drive the F-150. I love it being clean. So, I'm working with very limited space. I have a regular size garage. Luckily I can fit 2 vehicles in here though, but this was a spec tray intake that was on this truck, but I do not believe I will put it back in as... Well, the screen doesn't look that bad, but I don't know. I don't like open element filters. So let's see if I actually have any usable working space here. We can kind of get it on camera. So with the, there's my clip. With the unlock, we can... Okay, let me lock it first. Okay, usually the daytime running lights pop open. Not open, turn on. There we go. So there's our nice tired daytime running light bulbs. Now I wasn't going to mess with these until I actually got a whole replacement headlamp set, because as you can see there's age and hazing, so they look like crap. There's actually orange inside that lens. Must be from that bulb. So unless somebody... Actually, no, that bulb in there, it's hard to see, but that actually has some coating on it. So maybe they put the yellow bulbs, the amber bulbs in there. Yeah. Either way, I'm going to pop them in, see how they look. Hopefully they are as bright or brighter. I don't like putting LED bulbs and getting, you know, weaker results, but it looks ice blue. I actually want a little bit of output, so we're gonna try that. Okay, forgive me for my awesome GoPro mounting skills, but I don't have anything to mount it on. So let's go ahead and commence with the install. What I like is GM's little L bracket here. And your headlamp is almost out already. Now, I have the aux beam LED kit in here. I'll show you guys that next. So I could get away with just, oh, that's just awesome. All I got to do now is get the bulb right there. The high beams in this truck have a stupid HID kit that are a piece of junk. With these bulbs, that's the little ballast for them, and compared to my hand size, you know, it's microscopic. It's awesome. LED is definitely the way of the future with this. And with the fan shrouds on it, it actually clears this headlamp bracket assembly here too. So it's very nice. Very workable truck. You only need a rock and a hammer to fix Chevys, which is awesome. Let's see, how did I have this mounted? Ooh. And we pull out a 3157 amber. Yep. Interesting. And I got the bulbs right here, roughly the same size, so that's cool and stuff. I need to get a pocket knife. I actually put these in the Trans Am and the parking lamps, the Zevo bulbs, when I put new housings in it, because anybody with an F-body knows the housings get the shit kicked out of them because of those bulbs always being on. Alright, so here is the Zevo 4114. So it's got two little LEDs off there. I'm not 100% sure about this metal piece up there. I imagine that it's for heat, the heat shrink or whatever, I don't know. And the filament old school bulb. They're roughly about the same size, which is cool. And since it's not a fully encapsulated LED bulb, I'm fine with working with this without having the latex gloves on. Try and pop this on. And truck keys. Let's see. This is what drives me nuts. Let me give it a moment. There we go, it came to life. Okay. And like that, we're done. So I'm just going to set the hood down and let's get an initial impression. Oh, I have zero room in my damn garage. We'll lock it and unlock it. Well, my expectation was kind of correct. The Zevo would be bright, but not gleaming bright as the open bulb, because the open bulb has a direction of shooting straight out. Definitely is not awful. Probably about the same in brightness. Maybe a little dimmer. Yeah, it's not bad. I definitely don't love them. They're not, you know, diode dynamics or VLED or by any chance, but one thing about it, I actually had a lot of VLED products that I'm not really impressed with. Plate lights in a F-150, for example. But it definitely does a job. It brightens it up and makes it cleaner looking. But I would definitely say that the filament has the win, since it can actually project forward. So I may not keep those in there forever, but still not bad looking at all. And installed. Not bad at all looking. Doesn't have that icy blue, which is sometimes nice, but sometimes it's nice just to have, you know, a professional bright white. I definitely dig them. When you're down low enough, they're pretty bright. But, yeah, who knows, in the future I might change them out. Sure, it's easy to sell enough on Facebook or something. I just changed the spark plugs in this. I put the ACDelco 41-110 Iridium, and I think it liked them a lot. The hardest one to get was, forgive me for forgetting the cylinder numbers, but third one back here with the steering knuckle right there, that was kind of tight. I thought the farthest one back was going to be the hardest, and it turned out to be quite easy because what I was doing was a side approach. I was like over here with a cloth right here, leaning in and getting it. But when I went to the front and I just laid on top of the whole shroud here, not a problem at all. I did not change the the spark plug boots, because they have been changed. They are, I think, auto light. I'm not 100% sure. But I ended up pulling original plugs out of this. Not with 170,000 miles, but 108, because that's what was on the motor. This side was very easy. The back one over here was the trickiest one. Just swivel joint, and I was good. No problem at all with that one. And that was, I think, a good improvement. It seems like it holds 60, 65 a little better, because before it seemed like it wanted to slug down a little bit and not hold speed on the roadway. Definitely felt more energized, and I actually have the old plugs right here. So you tell me if those were changed 2 years and 27,000 miles ago. Definitely not. Matter of fact, these are the ACDelco. They have the NGK part number on them, the PZT or whatever. I can't even read the rest of it. And the blue paint on the top, that also indicates factory. And I pulled most of them out just to re-gap them, but some of them, like this one, it was gapped to .060. So it's like, good criminy. GM's wanted that changed for years. This one was gapped to .040. But they definitely look like shit. I like that the new Iridiums came with a nice little plastic cover for over the Iridium section. And part number, of course, most recommended. Good install. Like I said, you can use a rock and a hammer to fix a Chevy. It's very nice. Unlike on how the 5.4 liter, you'd break them off if you were unlucky enough, and most all of them do break off. I ended up never having to do that, so I got lucky with that. Then again, I lost money on selling my old truck because of that. Oh, I'll show you off the headlamps. Excuse me. Now let's turn these suckers on. Nice aux beam. 6,000 Kelvin. Whoa, I just stepped on paper wrap. Very, very nice. You can actually hear the fan shrouds in there. So it's not super dark in my garage because I have a big window over there, but they're very nice. You get the HID look without the HID glare, but it still glares quite a bit. I actually still have the an HID set up in high beam housing, which I need to get changed out because this one doesn't work. The driver's side does work, but when you go to flick your high beam on, as you know with an HID, all it's going to do is warm up. So you can't even beam back to indicate to somebody, hey, these are my lows, I'm sorry. But very nice lights overall. Still have filament in the blinkers. I'll see what I'm going to do about that. But like I said, these lower housings look like hell anyway. They got moisture in them. The surface is hazed. Sorry, that's awfully bright. Yeah, we'll see what we're going to do about that. As far as the dash, we do have all functional lights, except for the radio and the HVAC panel. But we'll fix that as we get to it. If you can see me, that wraps it up for me today. Have a good one, everybody.